guys. Chad is just fiddling around and kind of adjusting some settings just to make sure that, everything's groovy. We're still trying to figure out the best kind of lighting setup and setup in the whole kitchen, so bear with us as we go through these, first few live events just to make sure that we get everything right. So I would love to see if you guys are here. Do me a favor and just say hi or give this video a thumbs up so that way I know you are around. It sometimes takes a little bit of time for people to join. I have to lean forward. I think it's Mishy Lou. Hey there. And so this week I have some fun stuff I want to talk about. Last week I was flown to the FBI. Hey Jeff. And I was brought there to do a talk about being a woman in business and what that's all about. Got Salwa and Sparkle Cutie 24. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Chad's just working his way through some technical difficulties. I've got my iPad over here, so if you see me fiddling around. Hey Laura, hey Melanie. So if you see me kind of fiddling around, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to tell you guys about the FBI, and then I'm also going to tell you about how I keep my hands feeling moisturized, because I don't know about you guys, but having dry hands absolutely drives me crazy, and I've spent a lot of time figuring out how to have hands that feel really good. And then of course I'm going to get to some of your questions. So definitely if you do have questions, you can throw them in the comments. I already have a bunch of questions queued up from before because you guys have been using the hashtags Ask Melissa Maker, and you guys have been leaving some good questions this week. So what I first want to do is just tell you about the FBI. I'll tell you what I can tell you about the FBI, because I think there's some things I probably shouldn't say. Just wait a minute, can everybody hear me? Because I just saw a comment that said there was no audio, so hopefully that's not an issue. Can you guys hear me okay? One sec, Chad's just adjusting. Okay, great. I'm going to assume you guys can hear me. So I'm going to tell you about the FBI. So every month, the FBI has what's called a diversity and inclusion program, which is basically how they expose their agents and everybody who works at the FBI to different people that they might encounter in their work. And a lot of us have this kind of stuff at the workplace. It's sort of like, just we live in 2017. We got to know who we're working with. We got to know who we're going to be approaching and meeting in our work lives. And I think the world's a better place for this level of inclusion. So every month they bring in a speaker to speak on the topic that they have. They have a theme for the year, and this year's theme was Trailblazers. And there was this lovely guy named Robert, and he is a fan of Clean My Space, and March was Women's Month, Women's History Month, and there are a lot of women-centric events. And what ended up happening was Robert reached out to me, and he asked if I would come and speak at the FBI and share my story about being trailblazing in business. So it was a wonderful experience. Chad and I got to go. There were all kinds of security measures. I did get escorted to the bathroom in case any of you guys are curious. But I was able to give a talk and address the really, really, really brave people and hardworking people who are, by the way, like totally normal and cool, who work at the FBI. And it was really funny because at the end of my presentation, I gave this presentation, I told my whole story, it was great. And then this senior FBI guy, probably involved in a lot of very high level stuff, he raised his hands during the Q&A and he's like, so how do you clean hardwood floors? And it was just really funny. It was a really humanizing moment. It was really sweet. Chad is getting a lot of hellos, so hello to you, Mr. Reynolds.
Hi.
He's over there, guys. Maybe stick your hand in so they know I'm not just making it up. Oh, he's gonna.
Hi.
There he is.
Hi,
Look at this
everyone.
handsome face. Look at
Hello.
this handsome face. If you guys saw my Instagram picture from earlier today where I took a coffee stir stick and I was trying to jam it up his nose on a train. That's our level of entertainment. Anyway, so the FBI was really fun. But the really cool thing afterward is that they took us on this wonderful tour of a special museum that you can't get access to unless you're brought in specifically to see it. So Chad and I were there for almost 2 hours. They were telling us all kinds of really amazing stories, and we saw some very interesting artifacts from the FBI, pieces of evidence. It was just really cool stuff that you would never be able to have access to on a regular basis. But one thing they did give me, I gotta show this to you guys. They gave me a plaque for speaking. And I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. But I just wanna make it very clear that at the bottom, it says, "Thank you for sharing your experiences and your contribution to the FBI New York Office Women's History event." And then at the bottom right here it says, "From your friends in the FBI." So I want you guys to remember, your girl has friends in the FBI. So just keep that in mind. Actually, I'm keeping that in mind. And they were lovely. So they also gave me this mug, which feels very official. I mean, look at this. Do I not look like an FBI agent right now? We also got access to their very special gift shop that you can only access if you are escorted in there. So Chad got this very cool t-shirt with a seal. And you know what's really neat? They had this little section, and the section said, "For FBI only." So you had to like show your badge if you were going to buy these particular garments, because I guess they were, really like official things. Okay, but then, so I got a zip-up hoodie with that crest on it, and then Chad got this. And the funny thing is, it's a blue hoodie, and it just says FBI. It's got the embroidered thing. What are those jackets called, Chad?
Flak jackets.
Flak jackets, like those blue jackets that say FBI on the back, kind of like what you would see on like X-Files or CSI, like those jackets. Y'all can't buy those jackets. You probably have to like be given those jackets. But yeah, it was so cool. But anyway, when we were flying home, we both wore our sweaters just because they were really comfortable and we thought it might be fun. And we got so many looks in the airport. People were like, "Oh, were they FBI agents?" It was really funny. Clearly, we're not. Anyway, so that was kind of the fun stuff that we got to do at the FBI. And I put some pictures up on Instagram. They were so lovely. It was so fun. And yeah, if you guys ever need a public speaker, ask me. I like doing it. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I keep my hands moisturized, because this is just one of those things you go throughout your day and you don't really think too much about it, but dry hands can probably really drive you crazy. You don't have too much time to focus on it. You have a million other things going on in your life. But so here's what I've done. I've done a lot of research, and I have kind of 3 things that I really like. Now, I will tell you, the downside is that they're kind of greasy, but the upside is that they work really well. So if you can handle the 10 minutes of absorption that your skin needs to kind of take in all of the grease and oil, you will really benefit from what I'm going to show you. Okay, so the first thing, you guys have seen me talk about this before, it's sweet almond oil. And this is just Now Solutions. I think you can buy this on Amazon. I want to say I paid maybe $11 or $12 for this bottle. And what I like to do is I just squeeze a little bit into my hand, about a dime-sized amount. If you want to get fancy, you can take a smaller bottle of this and you can add in, 5 or 10 drops of your favorite essential oil. One combination that I've been loving lately, and you guys can let me know in the comments what combo you love, is grapefruit and vanilla. I don't know what it is about those two, but it is like dessert on your hands. It's great. So you just squeeze a little bit, like a dime-sized amount, into your hands. You massage it really well. The thing that I love about sweet almond oil too is I love getting into my cuticles and my nails. And guys, let me just enjoy for a minute. Just enjoy. You can see my shellac is growing out. So if you look really close, the the gloss kind of comes off. But from far away, it looks great. I gotta get this shellac off. I'm in a little bit of denial right now because my nails kind of look like butter. They look so great, but you can't have shellac on forever. Note to self. The next thing that I use is all natural shea butter. And I absolutely adore this stuff. This I picked up at a health food store. Don't worry so much about the brand. What you really want to worry about are the ingredients. And this one is 100% unrefined natural shea butter. And I'm just going to hold that up for you so you can see that. There you go. And what this looks like, it's sort of hard on the inside. So you kind of have to like scrape your finger in there. It's got sort of like a hard texture. But once you warm it up in your hands, it sort of becomes this melted, sort of waxy consistency. And then you can just massage it in. It's thick. I also love putting it on my lips instead of lip balm. If you guys watched my most recent video about lips, I think it's a video that you should definitely check out, because it's not only like how to get your lips prepared for putting lipstick on, but I also talk about like lip balm addictions, why we get addicted to lip balms, what lip balms don't work and which ones do. And that was actually really interesting to me when I did that research. So shea butter is really great not only for your hands but for your lips. It lasts for so long, and I carry a little jar of this around in my purse. I got this little tiny plastic container from Muji, so I scoop out some of this, I put it in that little container, I keep that in my purse, and people are always trying to like score some off of me whenever I'm around because they know I have it. And it lasts forever. I bought this seriously a year ago and I still have half the container. And then the final thing that I've been using lately is this. This is by Hand Chemistry. And it's called Retinoil, and it's a 1% retinoid complex. And it's for scars, stretch marks, aging, and dehydrated skin. So this little bottle, I want to say was $20. I have also had this bottle for a year. I've used it on and off, but you can see how much I've used. I put some dashes of oil into my hands. I massage it in. Wow, there goes my voice. Bye, voice. See ya. I don't know what's going on here. It's like the Little Mermaid when her voice gets stolen. Anyway, I massage that in. Excuse me. And wow. And I've been doing this at night, actually, before I go to bed, and then I wake up in the morning. My hands feel so great. So I believe this is a Toronto-based brand, but I think you can... Oh, no, it says it's New York. It's by DCM or Deciem, D-E-C-I-E-M. And it's a New York-based product. The website's handchemistry.com. This is amazing. Anyway, and it smells so good. It's like got this like fruity kind of smell. Oh, fabulous. Okay, let me get to some of your questions. At ShareBear843 says, what is my favorite and least favorite chore? Pretty much everything is my least favorite chore. No, I'm kidding. The thing I would say I like doing the most is cleaning the kitchen. I find the kitchen is one of the places I love being in. I love cooking. It's a really creative space for me to be. So yeah, cleaning the kitchen. I also have things in the kitchen that I really love and that I take pride in, like my Le Creuset pots, and I don't know, there's my beautiful knife. Like, there are things that I really love in the kitchen, so cleaning it, it just helps me appreciate what I have. So that would probably be my most favorite chore. My least favorite chore is vacuuming. I don't know, thumbs up if you guys don't like vacuuming. Boo, at least in my opinion. But it has to be done, especially for Captain Sneeze-a-Lot over here. This is Hey, it says how to clean concrete floors. You have two options for concrete floors. Option number one, if the concrete floors are sealed, you can kind of just mop them with a little bit of dish soap and hot water, a little bit of vinegar and water. Concrete floors are extremely easy to take care of. Now, if they're unsealed, they're like a big floor of grout. So they can absorb a lot of dirt, they can discolor over time, so you might have to pressure wash them, seal them, and then you can mop them as is. So kind of a long, drawn-out answer, but I did want to tell you fully and completely that's what you got to do. Dowd Kieran says, is there a quick way to clean water stains from chrome, stainless steel, kitchen sink faucets without pouring baking soda and having to clean the whole sink? Yeah, so water stains in a sink are very pesky, and they will show up if there's any residue left behind on a sink. So Yeah, you don't have to pour baking soda and scour your whole sink. What you can do is take a little bit of vinegar on a cloth and you can kind of just rub out those little watermarks. It's a great solution, very quick fix. S. Miller 6514 says, have you ever done a dryer vent cleaning? I'm about to do this myself. Ugh. Okay, so the great news is there's a very simple solution for that. Go to a big box store, pick up this very long, it's called a vent cleaning brush. It looks like a giant mascara wand, so you will never go wrong with that giant mascara wand because it can clean a lot of other things aside from just your dryer vents, like your fridge coils, which is definitely something that you should do. And all you have to do is remove your lint trap, you dip this mascara wand in, kind of like you're pumping the tube of mascara, and you kind of just fish around for all the lint, take it out, get rid of the lint, and you're done. So it's actually a really easy job, so don't sweat that one. But it's a really important thing to do. This is a funny question. Nithi Sandar 06 says, what is the first thing you did after finishing the last chapter of your book? It was a very intense time. I had to submit my first draft manuscript by October 31st. So the first thing I did was hand out candy to children. But once the children went to bed on Halloween, I had wine. It was wine. That's how I celebrated. And Jillian, who is at Barbieri6, says, why do you recommend vodka for your linen spray recipe? Will rubbing alcohol have the same effect, or is one better than the other? Looking to make more of your cleaning recipes. So I kind of like vodka because I find that it doesn't have that smell. So the deal with rubbing alcohol, and I found this out through a lot of research, there's this really awful flavor and kind of scent added to rubbing alcohol to deter people from drinking it. That's why it smells nasty, and that's why it kind of tastes gross. There you go. You learned something new today. Because I suppose people would get really, it's like cheap alcohol, so they had to make it taste bad and be kind of bad for your body. So I find vodka's better just because it's odorless and flavorless. But if you can't get your hands on regular vodka, you can certainly use rubbing alcohol, and vice versa. Shelly J1557 says, I read in your book that you now put rubbing alcohol. So many questions about rubbing alcohol. Fascinating stuff, isn't it? In your DIY all-purpose spray, will rubbing alcohol harm surfaces, specifically stainless steel? Not at all. It will not harm stainless steel at all. Rubbing alcohol is pretty innocuous when it comes to surfaces. The most delicate surfaces, okay, that aside, something like an antique or a lacquered piece of furniture you do not want to use rubbing alcohol on, but general surfaces in and around the house like stainless steel, your countertops, laminate, that kind of stuff, it's perfectly safe for. And if for whatever reason you are worried about using rubbing alcohol on a certain surface, always test it in a hidden area first. Now, varnished wood, you don't want to use rubbing alcohol on that either. So yeah, testing is always very important. Where am I reading these questions from? I just saw that question pop up. These questions are coming from Instagram posts. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you should totally do that. At Melissa Maker is the handle. And I post there early in the week so that you guys can start pumping it up with questions. And you can also use the hashtag AskMelissaMaker at any time. Are there any other questions that you guys have before I wind down?
Yes.
Oh. Handsome husband is going to read some of the questions.
Irene asks, hi, do you have any tips on how to get oil off of a t-shirt?
I do. Oh my gosh. You know what's funny? I was at a doctor's office today, and the doctor's like, so what do you do? And I told the doctor about the book, and she's like, I have a question. I'm like, no, wait a minute. I have a question. That's why I'm here. Like, I didn't want to talk about cleaning, but she asked me about oil stains on shirts. That's so funny. So most important thing is to blot with a clean paper towel. Get as much oil up out of the garment as you can, imagining the stains right over here. Could conceivably be over here or over there. And then just get yourself some dish soap, and Dawn works well, but any kind of dish soap that you have, it's designed to lift grease. So you can just apply that, and then you can launder it as usual, and that should take care of things.
Captain Randomness says, you seem educated. Did you go to college?
I did. Actually, in Canada, we call it university. Um, so in Canada, it's like university, college. So university is more like degree programs, and college is more certificate programs. University, you get like a bachelor's degree, an honors degree, that kind of stuff. In college, you do sort of like a 2-year degree. It's more applied stuff. But now a lot of people are saying go to college because you can actually get paid if you go to college instead of university, and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? But yes, I did go to university. I have a business degree. I graduated in 2005 from a really wonderful business school here in Canada. It's very well respected. So yes.
Amanda says, I got Sharpie on my shirt today. Any ideas how to get it out?
Ooh, girlfriend. Yeah. I mean, hairspray could work, rubbing alcohol could work, nail polish remover could work. These are all, the thing is about these stains is there's no magic bullet, because not only does it matter about what the stain is, but it also matters what the stain is on. So you have to always test in a hidden area first, make sure whatever you're testing it with doesn't damage the surface, and then you can try it on the stain. But I will say this, Sharpie is designed to be indelible ink, so it might be really, really hard to lift off. So I wish you a lot of luck with that one.
Favorite U.S. city?
Oof, don't do this to me. Favorite U.S. city? Jeez Louise. I don't know. I mean, Santa Monica, Malibu, I don't know. I'm kind of like a California girl. But then we went to Sedona, and I felt like I arrived. So I don't know, guys. I like a lot of places in the U.S.
How do you clean eyeglasses?
I'll tell you how you clean eyeglasses. You use a flat weave microfiber cloth, and you can use a little bit of water. Never rub them on your clothing, because you can create little spider webs and micro scratches on your frames. And same thing with Kleenex and paper towel. You're totally going to scratch your glasses, so you only ever want to use microfiber, and the flat weave will make sure that you don't scratch them.
Where did you get your bedroom diffuser?
The bedroom diffuser, I believe, is by TriBest, and it's called a Humio, and you can buy it on Amazon. Chad's just
I have
checking
a
the comments.
sister and she likes gold jewelry. Any good suggestions for good jewelry?
Yeah, you know what? I love Madewell for jewelry. And you can go to madewell.com, but I've been doing so well at Madewell lately. This ring is from Madewell. And some of the other jewelry that I've been wearing in videos lately, I've also gotten from Madewell. And what else is nice? Links of London is really nice for jewelry. This bracelet right here at the front with the little dangle, that's from Links of London. So yeah, I don't know. I could do a whole video about jewelry.
Does vinegar harm hardwood floors?
It can. If you use too much vinegar on hardwood floors, you can ruin the finish. So if you do want to use it, definitely use it in a very small quantity, or you can switch to something that's more neutral.
Could you say Pargodio? It means hello in Italian, and I don't even know if I said it right.
Well, am I just repeating what you said?
Porcodio.
Porgodio. I don't know. Porgodio? It's probably a bad word. I'm just saying. It's probably a bad word. Anyway, pretend I didn't say it.
Anything that can repel pet hair?
Yeah, not having pets. That can repel pet hair. But if you have pets, you're going to get pet hair, so I would recommend having like a rubber lint brush or a lint roller around. And it is snowing outside right now, which is not cool.
Any homemade suggestions for dog urine or to get out other pet stains?
Yeah, I mean, you have to use an enzyme cleaner designed specifically to remove pet urine and pet stains, I think would be your best bet. Anyway, I think, guys, you've been very generous with your time and your attention, so I do want to thank you for tuning in. I love doing this live format. It's so easy for me, and it's fun, and I love interacting with you guys. And what I'm going to do is come back next week, same time, same place, and we will pick it up then and there. Until then, I hope you guys have a great week. definitely ask any other questions that you have using the hashtag AskMelissaMaker. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I even have a Facebook page. So I think it's Melissa Maker 01. But I will put the link in the description box for that. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm so excited for mine. And I'll see you guys soon. Adios. You gotta hit that finish button.